everybody. This is Anthony from VR Roundtable, and I am about to play Climbey for the HTC Vive. And this game has been available for a long time, so why am I just playing it now? The reason that I'm just playing it now is because I recently saw an interview with the Valve VR guys, and they were asked what is some of their favorite VR games. And one of the guys mentioned Climbey. And I think another guy was like, oh, yeah, Climbey. I really liked Climbey. And I thought, hey, I've heard of that game, but I've never actually tried it out. But there is a demo. So why not try out the demo? So I thought, hey, why not? Let's go ahead. I'm going to hit robot and see if this robot will start talking. Or maybe I turn the robot off. So
Hey, buddy.
There it is.
Welcome to the demo of Climbey. Before we get started, if you have any issues with motion sickness in other games, consider these comfort options. If you're unsure, you can always bring this menu back up with the menu button later. Just close it by pressing the close button.
You know, one cool thing about this game, look, it has your head in the game, it has your hands in the game, and then it also has a representation for kind of where your torso is, where your chest is, and it does a pretty good job of predicting where you are in the world. You have this little robot guy that kind of will tell you how to play the game, and locomotion, it has some very interesting locomotion styles. I can hit these side squeeze buttons and go like this, and it's almost like, you know, like a walk in place kind of a motion. And so there's this type of locomotion. They don't actually have teleporting, and I don't think they have like automatic locomotion like Resident Evil style or anything like that. And then basically what you do in the game, what I learned about the game is you're kind of just grabbing onto surfaces and climbing. You can also jump. This is how we do a jump. You just kind of pull up like that and then you fly up. Now I'm standing on this block right here. And I can tell you what, this is a game where if I had played this when I first got my hands on the HTC Vive, this game would have freaked me out because I'd be like, oh shit, I'm off the ground. I might fall off of here. Now, right now, the height of this is not tremendous, but now we're starting to go up a little bit higher and a little bit higher, and it's like you start looking around and you're like, whoa, I'm way up off the ground. This is kind of weird. Now, I'm going to see if I can jump from this platform over to that wall and grab onto that wall. It also has a clock, and the cool thing with the clock is it's actually the real time. I'm pretty sure this is actually the real time on my PC as well. So I'm going to try to jump. Yeah, I don't know how to jump very well. That's the one problem I've had with this game is the jump mechanic seems to be a little bit weird from the standpoint that I never can seem to jump the same way twice. Now, what you're supposed to do is you kind of grab the air above you and yank yourself up. Whoa, that was kind of weird because my head went right into that platform. But let me try to jump up there and see if I can grab. No, it's not a good jump. Okay, so I can grab onto this. There's certain surfaces that you can grab onto, and you can kind of just throw yourself up like that. So now I'm up here, and you can kind of walk up over to the edge. And see, look at, there's my shadow way down there because the light source is coming from that way. And here's my shadow. Okay, and then so you have this moving platform over there. If I can get up on that ledge, then I can get onto that moving platform. So let's try this out. Okay, I'm going to try to jump way up in the air, and no, it didn't work. It's weird because sometimes I'll do a jump and the jump seems really good, and then sometimes the jump doesn't seem that good. I wish there was just a straight up jump button like Winlands. You know, I wish you could just hit a certain button and just jump so that I could jump the same way every time. But that's really my only complaint with this game so far. But you do have this little robot guy. He kind of gives you instructions. You can climb up the sides of these walls like Spider-Man style. And I can jump up onto here, and now there's this. Climb up on this one. And jump over to there. Okay, so now I'm on this platform up here. And I do get a little bit of, there is a little bit of that vertigo, of that sense of like, oh my God, I can fall right off of this, fall down there to my death. You know, this is a pretty high off the ground right here. If this was real life and you fell off of there, you would seriously jack yourself up, if not straight up die. So, it's kind of like a first-person platformer, basically. Now, there's not a lot of sound. There are a few sound effects, but I don't hear any background music or anything like that. Not sure if I have the full version of the game, if it's any different. But basically, I'm going to try to get up over there, and then that's the end goal for this demo. Not sure if they give you... Oh! And then this is ice. Not sure if they give you extra levels besides this one in the demo. But yeah, these Valve guys were talking about it in a recent interview that they had with Gabe Newell and some of the VR guys at Valve. They were talking about how Valve has three full VR projects that are going to be coming at some point. And whoa. And the interviewer that was talking to them asked them, you know, what are your favorite VR games? And they all mentioned some different games. And one of them was Climbey. And I think a couple of them were like, oh yeah, Climbey's pretty cool. So I was like, Climbey, I know I've heard of it. I've seen it. People have talked about it. So people have talked about it on the Vive subreddit, but I never bothered to actually check it out. I didn't know there was a demo, and then I was looking at the demos and I was like, oh, there's a Climbey demo. Might as well try it. I've heard some good things about it. Okay, whoops, I'm mixing, let's see. Okay, now this. Yeah, I'm grabbing the side buttons and then also grabbing my trigger. But, see, this is kind of weird. Woo, I'm way up off the ground here. I'm going to jump over there, and I completely jumped over it. One weird thing, too, is when you jump and you land down on the ground, one of the weirdest things about it is it doesn't take into consideration your body and your feet. It kind of only takes into consideration your head. And so, oh, look, I got a Santa cap. I've got like a Santa cap on my head. It takes into consideration, it doesn't take into consideration your body. Whoops. So it's almost like your head just lands on the ground, which is quite weird. You expect your feet to hit the ground, not your head. And that's a little bit weird when you fall really far. Okay, so now I'm up on this stage here. But yeah, it's almost like a first-person Mario 64, actually. The graphics are almost Mario 64 level. And, relatively simple platforms and stuff. And it kind of has almost a Mario 64 look to it. And basically what you're trying to do is I'm trying to get to that flag up there. But, I'm going to have to jump up over there. Oh, okay. I made it. Here we go. Now I'm going to climb up here. And see, it's like I'm hanging up in the air and I'm like, ah. You know what'd be really awesome is if you were playing some type of VR game like this, and when you got to this where you're supposed to be off the ground, if like they had a little floor that's underneath you, and then the floor kind of goes away. And so you don't feel that floor like you actually would have to grab, although I don't know how they'd actually really do that. But you have some clouds that are going by. You got the snow that's falling. Relatively simple level. There's no backgrounds back here. I have seen a lot of screenshots of a lot of different levels, and I think people have put backgrounds and stuff to give it a little bit more of a different effect. Okay, so I'm going to try to jump to that platform and then jump to the goal. Oh, didn't make it. And that's really weird when you fall like that. But yeah, it's got this cool locomotion style. I wonder if there's a different way I should try to get up there. We'll go back. But yeah, this game is $10, and it's a pretty cool game. I think for me, this will be one of those games where if it's like 50% off for like $5, I'd be very tempted. But at $10, I mean, it's probably a decent buy. It's just there's so much stuff that's out there. There's so much stuff on my current plate of stuff to play that I don't really need to pick this up for $10. There's other stuff I'm interested in getting in the near future. But if I do see this on a Steam sale, if I see this game on a Steam sale for $5, 50% off, for $5, absolutely, why not? $10 is not a bad deal either. But yeah, when Valve guys like a game, it makes you kind of consider it. The other cool thing about this game is you actually get quite a bit of exercise. Because, whoa, that's weird. There's a lot of like, that feels weird because your head sometimes will go through solid objects. And so now I'm up on this platform, so I have to jump over there. But yeah, I don't know, my jump, I never seem to know how to jump right. Sometimes I'll jump like super high and I'll be like, how did I do that? And then sometimes I just, I don't understand why sometimes I jump easier than other times. But let's give it one more try to get over near where the goal is. Okay. Yeah, some of these surfaces you can climb on. Some of them you can't climb on, like that surface. As far as I know, I can't climb on that surface. This kind of surface you can climb up. And then those green surfaces are like springboards. And so it's like jumping. Whoa, Let's get on here. Okay, now we're up on this. We can get up on this. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to go jump. Jump. Whoa. I don't know what I did there, but somehow I made it. So I'm going to climb up on this, up and over this. And go this way and this way. This part kind of reminds me of Vertigo. There's certain parts in Vertigo where you're climbing kind of like this, but I'm going to drop myself off right here. Okay, so basically it's just a matter of, okay, let's get on this platform. Here we are. If we can make this jump, we can get to the goal. Let's see. Got there. Yay. Thanks for playing the Climbey demo, your final playtime. This demo will quit in 30 seconds. So anyway, guys, this is Climbey for the HTC Vive. It's a pretty cool game. It's almost like a first-person Mario 64. And I definitely recommend checking out the demo. Why not check this demo out? It's a pretty cool demo to check out. And it's a very interesting game. So anyway, that'll do it for Climbey on the HTC Vive. See you guys next time.